A couple of weeks ago, the Express were looking like they were one of the worst teams, if not the worst team, in the AAF. I think week 3 against Orlando, they actually showed that they do have some talent, as they're able to hold their own with one of the best teams, well, and currently the best team in the AAF. And this week, they finally proved that they aren't just a laughingstock of the league, as they're able to beat a very good San Diego team. Let's get into some of their better plays from the game. Take a look at this one, for example. As you see, they're going up against a cover 3 zone, and these are the routes that the fleet receivers will be running. One thing to look at is that cluster in the middle of the screen is basically designed to be a pick play type situation, where it's going to confuse defensive backs into not knowing who to guard. However, that's really not going to work out too well since this is zone coverage. Really, this is designed to beat man coverage. However, one way that crossing route could still work is if this play ends up going on for a long period of time, because the longer the play goes on, the less zone you can be in, and you kind of have to switch to man at a certain point and just make sure you're guarding somebody. Ross is going to end up rolling out of the pocket, which is going to now give his receiver more time to try to get open and make a play. Take a look at linebacker Drew Jackson on this play. He's going to do a very good job of realizing that there's a crossing route on this play and guarding that receiver who could have otherwise ended up getting wide open. Typically, this is bad news if you're a linebacker. You don't want to be caught trying to play one-on-one coverage really with anybody. Your whole goal is just play decent enough coverage as a linebacker. You don't want to have to be forced into one-on-one coverage with a skilled position player, but that's exactly what Jackson is doing at this point. Now, since that San Diego receiver is going to break down field, Ross feels like he has a good opportunity to try to throw it and hit him and pick up a first down. It's also 3rd down and 2 at this point, so Ross is willing to take a chance. However, it's one he would probably wishes he could take back at this point. As you see, Jackson does a great job of intercepting the ball, and it becomes a huge turning point in this game. Not too long after, this play happened. Memphis was going up against a cover 1 linebacker blitz, and those are the routes that they'll be running. And if you take a look, there is a crossing route running right in the middle of the screen that is a pretty great way to beat a cover 1 linebacker blitz, as it has a quick cut, which is great beat man coverage, and since it's a cover 1 linebacker blitz, there's nobody that's going to be in coverage in the middle of the screen. So if you take a look here, there's actually decent coverage. However, Mettenberger is still going to trust his guy on this play, and since it is 3rd down and 3 and no one else is open, he really has no choice, and he's going to try to hit his receiver and hope the receiver can do the rest of the work. This ends up being a great play by Alton Howard, aka the Pig. I'm not really sure how he got that nickname, but the Pig does a great job of catching the ball and running for a lot of yards after the catch. Their offense really did get rolling, especially late in the game with Mettenberger as quarterback. Like on this play, for example. As you see, it's a red zone situation, and they're going up against what's similar to a cover 1 hole, however, it's modified due to the red zone situation. These are the routes that they're going to be running, and if you take a look, both of their receivers on the left side of the screen will be having slant routes to the middle of the screen. This means that there's going to be nobody on that side of the ball. And it's also worth mentioning to have a halfback running out to the left side of the screen, which means that a linebacker would have to chase after him. And as a linebacker, as I mentioned earlier, you never want to be in a foot race with another player, which is exactly what would happen in a play like this. Mettenberger reads the situation quickly, realizes that there's no one going to be in coverage on the left side of the screen, and throws it to his halfback and is able to pick up a touchdown. It was a good read and also a really good throw, and it's what led to Memphis being able to complete the comeback and taking the lead. But now let's take a look at how they were able to hold on to the lead. Take a look at the edge rusher on the top half of the screen, as he's going to have a one-on-one matchup against San Diego's left tackle. In order to stop an edge rusher such as Corey Vereen, you really want to get your left arm on Corey Vereen's right shoulder pad, and then get your right hand on his left pec. Vereen's going to do a very good job of getting his hands around that left tackle's arms. This now means that there's no way you can get proper hand placement, and Vereen is in total control here. He can do whatever he wants. He's able to throw the lineman off him and run over and knock the ball out. It was a big time play and a big time moment. And Memphis made a lot of those types of plays last weekend. Who knows if they'll be able to keep it going. However, they are going against Atlanta next week, who is another 1-3 team, so one of them will be 2-3 next week, and who knows, it could very well be them, especially if they played as well as they did last weekend.